Hello my dear friends, here's Mad Max with another flashlight. Not really just another flashlight, because it was 2017, the 4th of May, so nearly exactly 2 years ago from now, when Fritz from the German Taschenlampenforum published his idea of a new flashlight. Very small, clean design, a triple LED, so very powerful for back then. Electronic tail switch, very innovative, and fancy user interface, so very nice idea. And it happened that the Budget Light Forum stepped in and they made a cooperation. Fritz unfortunately got lost in action somewhere on the way. Some people also left from the original team, and Dell was making the driver at the end. Toykeeper, which is the goddess of the user interfaces, she made Anduriel, adapted it for this flashlight, and Neal stepped in to make the distribution, the communication with the Chinese manufacturer, which is Lumintop, a well-known big manufacturer. And a week ago they started to send out the flashlights. And that's a very, very big thing. I think the thread in the Budget Light Forum has nearly 10,000 of posts. I will have the link in the description of this video, so if you have a week of time, so you can reread what is the history of that thing. And just spec-wise, it has a triple Carclo optics, which is a 105 and then I think 10511, which is delivered, but it was always meant to be moddable by the users, so it's not glued. You can open it up and change the optics to, if you want a narrow spot or a frosted optic or white spot, it's your choice. At the beginning it is sold from Neal's Gadgets with the XPL HI LEDs in 2 tints, and later on there is plans to have a SST20 LEDs and also hopefully the Samsung LH351D for a very nice, great color rendering index. And it's small, I have the numbers down here. It's 92.5 by 25.5 millimeters, which is the size of this SK68, which is an AA driven flashlight. So hopefully many of you have this or not. I think most of us started with that, our addiction. And yeah, let's look inside. Here is the box. I'd say it's the standard Lumintop shipping box, as we know it from the latest flashlights they produced. Still good. And inside in the foam we find the flashlight. And if you did not buy one of the first 200, you also get a user manual. But there are O-rings, and of course this nice flashlight. Look how clean that design is. I really, really like the looks. The steel clip is dark, and it's not black painted as some people suggested on the internet. This is dark black painted. This is something else. It looks really great, and you can see the size of it. I hope many of you own this SK68 or the clones, and that's an AA flashlight, and this one is an 18650 with triples, with an electronic switch on the back. Really, really great. And as I told you, it was planned easy to be moddable, very easy. You can just unscrew the head, put the cell aside, and then we see there is a black inner tube which transfers this switch signal, and that's why you cannot use cells longer than, I think, 67 millimeters, something like that. So protected cells do not work. I tried the 30Qs in flat top and also the 30Q button top. They're 67 mils long. They do also work, but long protected cells don't. So just use unprotected. The bezel is unglued, of course. Just unscrew it. Best way is lens down, because there is an AR coated glass in there. Then you could just drop out and exchange the optics to another beam shape if you like that. There's 2 LED wires, then you can exchange the LED board also if you want, or you wait for the other LED versions which will be sold. And the tail cap also is, the switch is unglued, so be careful if you open that. You hear it's already loose, everything. All the threads are very well made. Here we have this inner tube, which is black so that it doesn't short out. Has a small O-ring in there and sits flush on the outer tube. And here the switch assembly, everything drops outside. There's the steel button. The steel button, there is a rubber part, and the switch itself, which is a very flat design. And if you reassemble, just be careful, everything is in position and well centered. There is a small knob in the middle, so the knob goes towards the switch. It's not that easy if you cannot hold the head in the screen. So put everything back again. So just pay a little attention and it will work. So you don't have to be afraid to break the light if you opened it by accident. But to change cells, just unscrew the head. If you connect battery, there was a short flash. I do not know if you know Endurial. This very nice, simple and complex user interface, because you can do really a lot and you can adjust a lot, all the modes and beacons and whatever. So let's try again for the user interface. The very nice thing is you can use it out of the box with click is on, click is off, and if you click and hold it goes brighter. If you tap again it goes dimmer. That's it. That's foolproof, even if there is an additional muggle mode which limits the power. You can tap and hold, so it starts in low, which is adjustable. You can then, if it's off, double click to go to the highest ramp mode, which is adjustable. Then you can go to turbo with another double click. If you are in on and go double click, it's direct to the full turbo. And you can from off do 3 clicks, which has the special modes 1, 2, 3. Now it blinks out the voltage of the cell, that is 4.1, 4 and 1 short, that's 4.1 volts. Double click goes to a good night mode. Another double click gives us a beacon mode, where the brightness is the last stored ramping level. Another double click gives us a temp check, 52 degrees of Celsius. Single click is off again. If you want the fancy disco modes, go 2 clicks and hold the 3rd click, so 1, 2, click and hold. And it's memorizing this candlelight mode, where you see it does flicker. And this flicker and the brightness is adjustable, so if you use come on, go down, click and hold here. If you use a diffuser, then you can adjust the brightness to make candlelight in your tent or so living room, wherever you want. Next double click give us a bike flasher. Another double click gives us a tactical strobe or a party strobe. This is adjustable in the frequency, so you can do fancy thing with that. Double click gives us another. This is the first one was the party strobe, that's the tactical strobe. Another double click gives us a lightning storm mode. I think you cannot adjust brightness in the lightning storm mode. It just does, as you have seen, flashing like a lightning storm. Click is off and now it's memorized. So 1, 2, 3, we be back in this lightning storm mode. Double click for this candlelight mode. And all the other things, how to temp check and adjust it, read the manuals. And a good tip is look in the internet, print it out, this sheet with colors, so you will easy understand what's a fast click, what's a double click, what is 3 fast clicks. So in color it's much nicer to read. Okay, let's go outside and have a check in my garden. So welcome in my garden. My camera is set to 1600 in ISO and shutter speed is 25. So let's start with the FW3A in the highest ramp mode. So that's about 1000 lumens, the highest regulated mode is that. The flashlight has a temperature regulation, and that means if you go on turbo, heat kicks in and the regulation will pull down the brightness from the 2300 lumen back to the 1000. Let's do that. Go on, double click. That's full. I try to stay on my garage down there, that's 30 meters. And you see the light dims down and is back to the 1000 lumens from before. Now I have the Emissar D4, which is obviously a cooler tint, but it's the same LEDs. And I hope you can see the beam shape. And also it heats up, and my Emissar is set to high temperature, so it's already uncomfortable to hold, so I have to switch it off. This is really hot. So double click here for that mode and click and ramp up on the Emissar. I don't know if, well, that's the Emissar. That's the FW3A. I have to dial down the Emissar a bit so you can compare the beam shape, pointing now on the white kitchen down there, back with the FW3A, Emissar, try Emissar on the tree, FW3A on the tree. So it's both of these multi-LED lights, of course, have a nice spot. The Emissar burns my hand, ow, and not so the FW3A. I think the Emissar now has 50 degrees. It's very uncomfortable to hold. The FW3A in that mode is easy to hold, possibly 40 degrees. so that's for long use. And if you want, you can always double click to have lots of light. And now if you wait a bit, it will start to dim down soon. Now it dims down. I hope you have seen that well. Yeah, I will make beam shots in my field location if it's as soon as possible. Hope you like my videos. Please subscribe if that's the case. And yeah, read the links in the video description where to get this flashlight, how to save some money, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.